welcome back to another episode of Starving Artists. My name is LJ Jones. I hope you all are doing well and staying healthy out there. I got another exciting show lined up. They get better each and every week. So listen, without further ado, I'd like to welcome Mr. Almost Died on a Rock, came back a challenge champ, Mr. Bearware himself from the Emmy-nominated #1 show on MTV, The Challenge. Rogan O Connor, what's good, my guy?
Yo, how you doing, man? That sounds good. Emmy nominated.
Emmy nominated. Yeah, man. Listen, after your performance this week, I had to give you the best intro I could come up with.
I love that. That's the best intro I think I've ever had.
There we go. How you been, bro? You been all right?
Been great, man. Been great. Yeah. Been busy trying to get in shape. I've got a holiday coming up.
Yeah.
They're finally letting us leave the country, so I'm going to Ibiza.
There you go.
So I've got a couple of weeks, but I'm going with Joss, and he obviously looks like a Greek god all the time, and I only look like it sometimes. So I gotta step things up a notch. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Good, man. Good. I'm happy for you. How's Bearware going? You see, I had to rock mine for the interview.
I love it, man. I love it.
It's hot as hell, but I had to do it for you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, for once, got some right here. There we go. For the first time ever, I'm not wearing it. I thought this is actually a label. This is Joss's on, so I thought I'd rock a bit of label for once rather than just always being a bear. But no, it's so good. So I've been in the office all morning, putting orders together. Had orders this morning to Belgium, Switzerland, England, America, and Australia.
Wow.
We're worldwide, baby. We're worldwide.
Business is booming. That's awesome.
It is. Touch wood, it is. Yeah, I'm very thankful that everyone's enjoying the Bears right now.
I'm excited for you. Yeah, I'm excited to see what comes after this new set. You have the lemon. What do you have now? The lemon.
So we started off with the peach and the blue, and then we brought out a white, and now we brought out lemon. Oh, no, pink, blue, and white. Sorry, and now we've just brought out the lemon and the peach, and they all pretty much sold out straight away. So we've just restocked everything as much as we can.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've also got kids versions of them. Called Bear Cubs, which are going really well as well. So
my son, my 5-year-old, he saw this. He's like, I want one. That's a nice, that's a cool bear. I want one. I'm like, all right, I guess I'll have to pick you up one too.
Yeah, it is cool when you're matching. I think everyone loves that now, so like matching with their son or their daughter or whatever. So yeah, with the Bear Cubs, it's the same, but instead of the Corona bottle, he's holding a milk bottle. So keeping it a bit more.
Keeping it PG, maybe G.
Yeah.
Hey, look, this past episode was intense. I'm sure you're still reeling.
It was amazing, man. I was so pumped, like watching it. Like I had goosebumps. I mean, I know what happens. I was there, but it was insane. And like, everything about it, from driving a car into a group of people, that was pretty extreme. Yeah. And then being one of those people and getting driven into, that was nuts. And then the whole Jenny thing where I kind of exposed her a little bit. Yeah, a terrible political game, and then the whole brawl, the thing I've always dreamt of, the thing I always wanted to do. So do that, and then
let's run it back to the beginning. Now, let me say this: the last 2, maybe 3 episodes, while it's airing, like you and I have been talking a little bit, and now as a fan of the challenge and as a fan of you, that there's nothing more surreal than talking to you as it's happening. And little background. But let's talk about the daily challenge. How that just looked like fun. Like some of the daily challenges look like hell. This one looked like fun.
Yeah, and then it's so annoying having to go first because it's like, oh yeah, you're just gonna drive as fast as you can and then handbrake turn and try and take out as many barrels as you can. It's like, So it's like, I would have loved to have watched a few people do. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think I did really well. Touch wood. When I did it, I was like, I think I've got this. And then Bananas went up straight away and just like, obviously he had a little bit of help, which I didn't have. But still, we won't get into that. But I loved it, man. Like I've never really been like a massive car person, but that was the most fun I think I've had in the challenge. Out of the challenge, it's definitely up there. Yeah, for sure.
Let's just say it's a good thing that you didn't end up like Kyle or Nelson right out the gate first to go. How was that when both of them went? How did that go?
It just made me feel like I'd done so well, because like Kyle's dad is a stunt driver, so so you'd think that Kyle would be able to at least hit one barrel, but nah, not a single barrel. So it was funny. It was funny. Bless them.
So what, the day after the challenge, Twitter goes crazy talking about how Kyle and Melissa helped Bananas cheat. What's your take? What do you think they did?
Well, one thing I've learned from the challenge is if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So, I mean, me and Kyle got caught cheating like 2 weeks before. It is what it is, man. Like, I'm not bitter about it. Like, I wish I'd thought of that and told a few people to kick their barrels off. I might have done, and it just didn't get picked up. Who knows? But the only thing is, it would have been funny if Johnny had tried to do the same to Kyle, because Kyle missed completely, so that would have looked a bit weird.
Yeah.
But so it's a good job Johnny actually hit some barrels, so Kyle and Mel could help him out there, because otherwise they would have got busted. But you know, it is what it is. And you know, Johnny's not the greatest of all time for no reason. He's clever enough to find loopholes to see a reflection of some flashing lights to win a challenge, to get his friends, his alliance, his minions to kick over barrels for him. Then you know, that's what makes him, you know, the best to have ever done it. So fair play to him.
It made me think of last season when the Brits were caught cheating with when Theo broke the lock. That's what it made me think of. I don't remember people going crazy about that.
That was my idea.
Was that your idea?
There was a storm, and so we actually had to stop halfway through the challenge. The UK people did, and we came out, and I said, "Look, guys, we're miles ahead. We've got like 2 locks left, but we're not going to get them. We've been stuck on the same 2 for so long." I said, "Once we get back in that hamster wheel, we're gonna deadlift them out." So me, Josh, CT, and Theo were deadlifting them out.
Yeah.
And everyone else's job was just to distract, just to jump in front of us and keep us blocked. So, but we just went in, and I was like, "Look, we've got time. Let's not rush straight away." But as soon as you get in there and it starts turning, the adrenaline kicks in, and we just fucking, all 4 of us just pulled that pole straight out, and we were way too obvious. We were way too obvious. But fuck it, man. But you know,
you got to win. You got to win.
Exactly. Play to win always.
So I'm curious, if Bananas hadn't made that tribunal, what was it? It was Corey and Fessy were tied for 21. How different do you think the rest of the episode would have went? Who would have been the house vote? Do you think you still would have thrown yourself in?
I don't know. The thing is, like, I did so much politicking and all that bullshit last season, and it got me the win. It got me the flag. It got me $250,000, you know, and that was all good. But like, I agree with a lot of the fans when I don't think I necessarily deserved that. Like, I just turned up. All I wanted to do was not die on a mountain on the first day. Yeah. So to come away with the win, I was kind of like, fuck. And all these people are, Rogan's scared of elimination. I was thinking, no, I'm not. Like, I'd love to do an elimination. I just wanted to do as well as I could by any means necessary, and I did that. And so this season was more about proving myself as a person and as a competitor, and not really giving a fuck about the win. Sure, if I could make a final, which, you know, I have now, if I can get the win, amazing. But it was more about proving myself to the fans. I felt I owed them that, because I don't like, I got, you know, plenty of dough now, which obviously I'm investing into a business which I care a lot about. But I feel like I got lucky. I have to agree with the fans, you know, and I look like a bit of a bitch. So this season was about making up for that and not being a bitch.
Yeah.
so going into elimination, that's all I wanted to do. And obviously took out Jay pretty quick time, and it didn't satisfy my urges. So I think regardless, I wanted that last elimination, because we were like 90% sure it was the last one, and we hadn't had a whole brawl. And I was just like, I was convinced even before before nomination, anything. I was convinced it was a hall brawl. In my head, that was all it could be. So, so I'm glad it was, and I got what I wanted, and you know, I was ready to go against anyone. Thankfully, I managed to pull it off against Nelson. But yeah, I think either way, I was going down. I had my head set on, unless I had won I knew no one was going to pull me into a tribunal, because I wasn't close with anyone by the end. So I thought, if I don't win and take out every single one of these barrels, then I'm going in regardless. So I was set on that, and I was comfortable with that. Yeah. And I was so fucking fed up that I just didn't care. So.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking when I was watching the episode, everybody that you were with last season's not there except for D. We know how that goes.
Yeah.
But so, did you feel alone in the house once CT was gone?
Once Bear, I got real close with Bear.
Yeah.
Well, once Bear was, the thing is, I'm good. I'm friends with Nelson, Corey, Fessy. I'm friends with Kyle and Johnny, but. Then I don't know. I felt like they had Nelson, Corey, Fessy had a click. Yeah. Johnny and Kyle, although I'm friendly with and I was in a room with, I knew Johnny didn't want me in the final, so I knew that was going to go sour at some point. And Kyle still is always going to be bitter about me sending him home and what led up to that, and me and his ex-girlfriend and stuff. So I know that as much as me and Kyle get on, he's a snake. So I just knew. I didn't have the closeness. Yeah, I didn't have my CT. I didn't have my Bear. I didn't have my Joss. Didn't have my Paulie. Do you know what I mean? Like, all my boys weren't, my solid boys weren't there. So,
Yeah. So what was running through your mind when Nelson and Corey pulled you aside to say, hey, Jenny's wrangling votes for you? Now, you already knew you wanted to throw yourself in, but.
So, the thing is, Jenny's, the reason Jenny fucked up is because I basically on the bus home, I turned around to Corey and Nelson and Fessy, and I went, look, I'm going to make things very easy for you boys. I'm putting myself in, so you don't need to worry about betraying me or any of that bullshit, because I'm putting myself in. So everyone heard me say I was putting myself in before. Everyone knew it. So Johnny, because Jenny doesn't really think too good. So Johnny told Jenny, oh, Rogan's going to throw himself in anyway, so you don't need to worry about backstabbing him. Go up to Corey and Nelson and secure yourself by telling them you're going to vote for Rogan. And so if she just hadn't said anything, if she had kept her mouth shut, Corey and Nelson wouldn't have voted for her.
Yeah.
So she put herself in. And obviously the betrayal, not really betrayal on me, because I didn't really like Jenny anyway. But so she got my vote as well. I had the opportunity to tie it up, so it was between her and D. And obviously, I could have easily put D in, but and then it would have been D versus Bailey. It would have been D versus Bailey then if I had done that. And D might have stood a chance, but probably not. I don't know. But
I mean, Jenny had that experience in the Hall Brawl last season with Tori anyway. So
Jenny finally, I think I did Jenny a favor because she got to prove that she can do a Hall Brawl. She got absolutely annihilated by Tori. And then and then it came back and she absolutely annihilated D. So I gave her resurrection and justification. So what it is.
And I'm kind of skipping ahead, but seeing Jenny versus D, it was like, I mean, it's not fair as it was, but just seeing how not fair that it ended up being, I was like, Jesus Christ! Like, she picked her up and dragged her ass. Jenny picked D up and dragged her ass.
Yeah, it's it was intense, but that made me think. Obviously, size matters, and physical contact and knowing what you can do for someone, when the physicality is that different. So it made me think, obviously what I did to Jay, in my opinion, was it was a bit mean, but it was all fair play. Imagine if me and Jay's was a Hall Brawl. Would I have still been the bad guy for picking him up and smashing him in a Hall Brawl? Because the same rules applied. I don't know. But that would have been hectic. Imagine that. God, he would have landed in Zimbabwe.
So you said you didn't feel betrayed. Like, so despite practically saving Jenny earlier in the season when Dee was going to throw her in and giving her that heads up, you didn't feel betrayed, but you were just annoyed, or what was running through your mind?
No, because I understood where she was coming from. I told her that I was putting myself in. So she thought, oh, he's putting himself in, so I'm not betraying him. So she was like, but I can gain favor by telling Corey and Nelson I'm going to vote for Rogan. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. She just made herself look stupid. So she's better off just not politicking and just being a beast and just, sticking to what she's good at. So she tried to politic for the first time in the season and it got her sent in. So that just goes to show, stick to your strengths, But no, I didn't feel betrayed. I understood. But I just wanted to expose it for the terrible politicking that it was. And so just being another banana minion.
Yeah. So you had a pretty epic speech, and actually I'm going to play it right here, just for any of the audience who might not have seen the show. Here it is.
I have a little question. Jenny.
Yeah?
Just before we came in here, Nelson tells me that you were going to vote for me. Someone that you've said that you'd never vote for. Is that true?
I am not going to lie, it was true. We kind of discussed as a group in the bedroom.
Who did? Who's the group?
All of the girls, all the boys.
What girls? Everyone in here?
Myself, the girls, Kyle Bananas.
Have you just done what Kyle and Bananas have told you to do?
No. I didn't want to say...
Have you just been a pawn in their game and just done exactly what they told you to do because you have no mind of your own? It's quite clear to anyone with a pair of eyes, Jenny doesn't know what she's doing. She ain't got any brains. And I know that she can't handle situations like this very well. So she is about to crumble. Have you just done what Kyle and Bananas have told you to do?
No. I didn't want to say...
Have you just been a pawn in their game and just done exactly what they told you to do because you have no mind of your own?
No, let me explain. I'll explain to you.
Explain.
I knew the house were going to vote that way.
No, you were trying to gain favour with Nelson and Corey to not say your name, and they saw through it and said your name.
All right, that speech was amazing. I love that speech. I love the anger. One of my friends, and I'm going to expose my friend here. She doesn't watch the challenge, but she has a crush on you. And so I sent her the speech when MTV posted it on Facebook, and she messaged me back. She said, "Why am I turned on right now?"
You should see my DMs, bro. You should see my DMs. People are like, "Oh my God, Daddy, you're so angry." I'm like, Jesus. Girls, I mean, it's the first time I really showed. Not just it was just pure frustration. You see how, like, you could see my face. Like, I even have like marks under my eyes. I'm so sick and fed up of the bunker and just the like, not the people as such, but just the environment and just the constant tension and everything. And I was so done with the bunker at that point.
It's been about 8 weeks, right?
I fucking love the show, but yeah, just living underground and just being. I mean, keep in mind, it was not a lot of time between season 34 that I won and then went and partied for a month. And then I came home and then it was like, right, you're going back for the next season. And I was like, so I was fed up as it was. And then I got there and it was an underground bunker. So by the end of the season, I was just fucking, I was just done, man. Like, I was like fucking half like, oh, I mean, I'm never gonna lose a physical elimination in my head. So I couldn't lose. But if Nelson had beaten me, I would have been like, thank God I can go home. I knew my $250,000 check had just cashed in my bank. I was like, I was good. Yeah. I went home and I was ready to go to Miami with Josh. So it was, I was fucking so sick and tired of everyone's bullshit. And yeah, I just flipped a little bit and with my speech, a little bit.
So that speech, was anything cut out of it? Is there anything that didn't make it that you would want the fans to know that you said?
I think I just blabbered on a little bit more than that. But the basis of the speech was there. Last season I was a bitch. This season I'm not. I want to prove that. I took out Jay, but that wasn't enough for me. I wanted to face one of those fucking monsters that is Nelson, Corey, and Fessy. Three the toughest guys you could ever go against. And they've all got their attributes, whatever. Going against Nelson, who's a sprinter made of granite in a hall brawl is not ideal, but I wanted to prove that I can beat that, you know. Played contact sport my whole life, so I knew if it was a hall brawl, then whoever it was, and a lot of people are saying, oh, it should have been Fessy, it should have been Fessy. And yeah, the dude's, you know, twice my size, but I don't know. I still fancy myself against Fessy. I still fancy myself against anyone in something physical. So, you know, until that's proven otherwise, then we move.
Yeah, yeah. So when you get down there and you see that it's a hall brawl and you find out, all right, I'm going against Nelson. What was your confidence level going into that?
I just knew 100% I was going to win. Nelson, Corey, Fessy, even in my head, it didn't matter. I can't. If I ever doubt myself, and my physical abilities, then I've already lost. Right. So I just knew he was just, like I said, as much as it was a lovely gesture. So lovely that when I was watching the other night, I was kind of like, fuck yeah, Nelson, smash that guy. You can do it, Nelson. And I was like, hang on, wait, that's me. So, but yeah, he was just in my, like I said on the show, he was in my fucking way. He was in my way of $1 million. He was in my way of that final. And I knew if I got past Nelson, rang that bell, then I was going to the final. So yeah, it didn't matter who it was. It was for me in my head. I'm never going to lose that. Yeah.
The last time you were on the podcast, I said to you, like, I want to see you go in a hall brawl, and I got my wish. And so hall brawl is one of those staples. It's one of those eliminations that I think all fans look forward to, and probably all competitors look forward to as well. So,
well, yeah, not all of them, but I did.
So you were excited, like you were elated going into that. So being in that moment, like when TJ rings the bell or blows the horn and it's time to go, like what is running through your mind? Like you know, clearly you're in it. Do you know, okay, like I'm on this side of it, or I'm closer to my bell? What's happening?
I'm just running through my head, just get low, hit, drive, just like I've always done my whole life playing rugby. So I thought I would like smash Nelson. I was so well. I've seen him in the gym. I've trained with him. I've seen him run. Like, so I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but he's so strong. I swear, at one point, right, I had picked him up. So I picked him up. I'm carrying him like this, and he started picking me up. I'm trying to work out the physics of that. How is that possible? When someone's midair to then pick you up at the same time, it baffled me. I was like, how am I being picked up? You're the one in the air. We both picked each other up at the same time. It was wild. But you just think you get it done. I live for it. I've got a lot of anger, and a lot of things to prove still. And I always have that chip on my shoulder, no matter what I've done, whether I've won the challenge or won 2 physical eliminations. I always think that I still need to prove myself. So I'll always be there to win and just get through it no matter what. So that's all I was thinking. Just win, smash, win.
Yeah. So I've been curious. So after an elimination, you win. You go back to the bunker. You're on the bus going back to the bunker. Is there a celebration period? Are you on a high, or is it just is it another day's work?
Thing is, because I'd thought about it for so long, and bigged it up in my head. When I did what I did to Jay, I sat back on the bus, and I remember I was sat next to the D, and I just turned to her and I said, why don't I feel happy? Why aren't I? I know obviously I felt bad for what I did, but like, I was like, I've got my red skull, but I don't know. I don't feel happy. I don't feel satisfied yet. After the Nelson thing, I kind of did. I was very happy. I finally felt like I'd done enough for the fans to give me credit, hopefully. We celebrated that night. We drank out of our shoes. So I got everyone into this thing that we used to do at rugby called Das Boot. So say you're all drinking a beer, everyone has to take their shoe off and fill their shoe up with beer and then drink the shoe. And then whilst everyone else is chanting, Das Boot, Das Boot, Das Boot. And it's a really fun game, but you have to be pretty wasted to do it. So yeah, me and Fessy both puked on the coach home that night. Yeah, we celebrated hard.
Yeah.
Did a lot of das putin, so it was awesome.
So you made it to another final, bro. How does that feel? Is that, like, especially, I mean, even just going back to Vendettas and knowing how that ended, like coming back for now a third time and making it to another final.
Yeah, when I was dying on that rock in episode 1 of Vendettas, I bet if someone had said, "Oh, that guy's going to go and he's going to win his next challenge and then make the final of the next one as well," people wouldn't have believed you. But
yeah,
I did it. I did it. It took a lot of hard work, a lot of sacrifice, and a lot of luck. But I did it.
So I real quick, I feel like we can't go past this without talking a little deeper. You mentioned it already, what Nelson did for Corey. Now, you know, we know they're best friends, right? But it still, you don't expect to see that on a show like The Challenge. I think back to, I forget if it was Dirty 30 or Vendettas or Final Reckoning. I forget which one it was. But the way this was the thing that I thought of is when Zach was safe, and he was when he was partners with must have been Vendettas, because he was partners with Amanda. And they were safe. They were the two who
Amanda wasn't on Vendettas.
She wasn't. No. So what season was it?
They went after Final Reckoning.
Yeah, they were partners, and they threw themselves down to protect Bananas, and that was the only thing that I could think of in challenge history that was so similar to just helping your friend out. So what was running through your mind and everybody else's mind when Bananas? I don't know if it was heard throughout the house when Nelson talked to Bananas and Kyle, but
I didn't know it was going to happen. Didn't know who I was getting. So to hear that he'd done that, I was like, yeah, that's valiant. But at the time, I was so focused, it didn't matter which one of them it was. I was like, yeah, that's cool. But now this is happening. Yeah. So it's a self-sacrifice, but
still got work.
I'm not going to show any sympathy at the time. Don't get me wrong. Looking back and watching the episode, I was nearly in tears, and I was like, fuck. Like I said, I wanted Nelson to win, but but at the time, I was just like, so what? Get out. You know, this is happening. Yeah. Watch this. How do you feel about it now? But yeah, no, looking back, it was very valiant and noble, and I feel that both myself and Nelson gained a lot of respect that episode. Nelson even more so than me, because I think we were both the villains throughout the season, the villains of the show. Especially Nelson, the way he spoke to a few of the girls, and he really dug himself a hole a few times, and he was getting a lot of hate. So what he did, I think he really redeemed himself. He brought himself back from the depths of hell to become, you know, I think both of us went from being, you know, hated almost by a lot of people to touch wood, hopefully, especially in Nelson's case, now loved. And almost like, I wouldn't say I was a fan favorite, but I'm getting my timeline on Twitter and Instagram is gone crazy respect, and I'm sure double that for Nelson for what he did. So it's nice, and I can only speak for myself, but I'm sure Nelson feels the same way. It's nice to finally get some love. Yeah,
absolutely. So this episode is going to come out the day of the next episode. So what can we expect from this new episode? What tea can you give us without getting yelled at?
Final. It's the motherfucking final. It's the motherfucking Catalina wine mixer. So I just nearly died in a hall brawl. My neck and my back are bent out of every position, and I wanted a week on the beach and maybe a few massages before the final, but no. We're going straight to, wow, what can I say? I don't know. It's fucking crazy final, man. The conditions are not favorable.
They showed the snow, so we know about the snow. That
it's a big fucking mountain. And how do you think I do at mountains? You've seen what happened last time. But no, this is my chance to redeem myself. Finally back on a mountain where I died before. So we'll see how I get on with this mountain now.
In terms of difficulty, how does this compare toward the Worlds 2 final?
The War of the Worlds 2 final was more difficult than this. Yeah. But I loved every second of the War of the Worlds 2 final. I hated every second of this final. So, I don't know. It's harder physically, War of the Worlds 2 was.
Yeah.
And it was just so intense and so insane. This final, like, I don't know. I think I was kind of nonchalant about it because I was like, I'm fucked up. Like, I could have easily said I can't do the final because I had that many injuries from the fucking hall brawl. So I was kind of just like, meh, whatever, let's just give it a go. So I was kind of like, I don't know. It was like a bonus. If I do well in the final, if I win the final, then it's a fucking bonus. I feel like I'd achieved what I wanted to do this season. So I'd, I've kind of gone into it a lot more relaxed. Like the season before, it was like, I just fucking need to win. I was so intense. I was so fucking hyped and like so ready for whatever. Whereas this time I was kind of like, yeah, let's just have a bit of fun with it. And, you know, I got my check waiting for me when I get home from last season's final. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
But not taking anything away from the final, it's still fucking horrible.
I can't wait to see it. I don't know. It looks intense. I personally enjoy and feel like I do well in snow. I don't know. Well, you guys, the whole season was fucking freezing, wasn't it? Like, so were you acclimated at that point?
And so I've done a lot of skiing. Well, not a lot of skiing, but I've been skiing before, which I don't think a lot of people have. So I'm used to I'm used to the cold, and I live in England, so it's fucking raining. So no, I was okay with it. I prefer the heat. I'm sure everyone does, but
yeah,
it was all right. I don't want to give too much away, but
no, you good.
Fucking I think visually it will look better than any final ever.
Really,
some of the stuff the visuals that they got, and I haven't even seen them, but I just know from being on that mountain, that looking around like, fuck me, this is gonna look better than anything that's ever been seen before. So so let's win that fucking Emmy.
Absolutely. Hey, I put my vote in. Thanks, so
man.
before we jump out of the challenge to move on to talk to tell the audience a little bit of news that we want to share. I did have one question that I meant to ask when we talked about the daily challenge. Now, as an actor myself, I think technical stuff. I don't know if anybody else may have asked you this on Twitter. What was the reset like from person to person in that daily challenge? Because that just had to have been so annoying.
It was a long fucking day. And obviously I went first.
Yeah.
So then I was like, I was on the barrels all day. I didn't even have to look forward to the car because I'd done that. So the adrenaline wore off and I'm just stood there, and it was fucking cold as fuck. And staying steady on the barrels was so difficult. If one person moved, we were all on like a puppet thing. So if one person moved, then it could fuck you up. So it was a long day. Hence why when we got home and we had to do the nominations, I was just like, I'm fucking tired. Just fucking put me in. Fuck you, Jenny. So it was a long day, man. Very long day.
I imagine. Is there anything else on the challenge you want to talk about before we go to the bit of news?
No, it's just nice to be free. Free. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about D anymore, but it was nice to, like, obviously after that final elimination, it was the first time I'd ever been on the challenge without D, really.
Yeah.
So it was fucking nice to be free and not be watched while you sleep and all that jazz. So it was good. It was good for that couple of days before the final, or whatever, however long we had, a day before the final. Even though all the other chicks had gone, so it's pretty pointless in the end. Couldn't even get my end away. But hopefully in future it'd be nice to be free and be me and have my own storyline rather than be haunted by that the ghost of Christmas past.
I was going to say it was probably 2 episodes left. Usually the finals are split into 2 episodes, so at least the final can be edited properly.
Oh, of course, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Not that the editing was bad, but the editing wasn't bad.
It was amazing editing. It just shows what you can do with editing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was nice to be free for that short time, and then hopefully in the future, touch wood, I go back and film another season. I'll be my own man, and we'll find a new romance that isn't
a new romance. New romance. All right, bro.
That's nice.
You ready to share this news? Let the people know.
Yes, please. Yes, I'd very much like to, so I can go back and learn my lines.
All right. So Rogan's been teasing it. He's been teasing it on his Instagram. But I, on the last appearance he had on Starving Artist, he talked about how he acted a little bit, and it was something he wanted to dive into a bit more in the near future. And I said, all right, man, I'm gonna have to write. I joked I'm gonna have to write something for us, and he's like, let's collab. Now, when I said that, did you think anything was gonna come out of that?
No, I did not, but I'm so glad it did. So glad it did.
I was listening back to the episode before it aired, and I was thinking I wrote this proof of concept, which is like a short film to be used to then be made into a feature. And I was thinking, and now the lead character I had planned on playing myself, and then I was like, fuck, Rogan would be great for this. And so I reached out to you, and we had another private Zoom call to talk about the story, and I just offered you the role. I offered you the lead role in this short film.
I couldn't believe that the person that you were talking about as the main character wasn't actually me. It was literally, it was like, so this guy's, he's an alcoholic, he's fucking crazy, he tries to be normal, but he doesn't work. And thank God you did. I literally, everything happens for a reason. I think we did that first Zoom call, and then when you spoke about the character, I thought, yeah, it's amazing. I want to get into acting. It's something I've always loved. I've done little bits here and there, but this will be my first proper role. I've since been offered another role in an English film, which will be good as well. But I'm very, very excited to come out to the States and to film the short film with you. And I'm so excited. I read the script, like I was messaging you the other day. I'm so I'm living this character, so. Yeah, I'm so excited to get started.
Yeah, and honestly, bro, you're perfect for it, and I'm excited to shoot it. We don't have the dates yet, but fairly soon I'll be flying you out to shoot it, and it's going to be an experience. It's going to be an experience. And then after
we're allowed back. Oh, and then after we're gonna get fucked up. Yeah.
and then after hours there, we're gonna have to throw a few back. We'll have to throw a few back.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, it was when don't want to give away any of the story, but it was when you said that the main character is Jamie. The main character,
Jamie.
Jamie. Yeah. So obviously I'm Jamie, and it was when you said that he ran out of milk, so he put beer on his cereal. Yep. I did that. Not only did I do that way too many times, way more than I should be doing things like that. But I did it on the challenge, and I got everyone else doing it, and it was called Beerios. So it's Cheerios, but obviously with beer instead of milk. It's actually disgusting, but it's funny. So when I knew that Jamie did that in one of the first scenes, I was like, that is me.
Sold.
Me in the character. So yeah, sold. That's it.
You knew you had to do it. But look, man, that the short is going to be amazing. I can't wait to shoot it, edit it, and then put it out there for everybody to see. I know you're going to do phenomenal, and I'm excited to be directing it and to be co-starring alongside of you. I'm excited to see what comes of it.
Me too, man. Me too. I'm very, very excited. So yeah, let's get it.
Yeah. Let me tell you this, man. It made me laugh. So I tweeted you a couple weeks ago. I said, should we let him know? Or something like that, whatever it was. You tweeted back. A friend of mine, or a coworker of mine, is a big challenge fan. And I don't think she had even known that I interviewed you on Starving Artist, because I don't really talk to her like that, right? But she screenshot it, and she texted it to me. And she's like, damn, what are you and Rogan best friends or something? and I was like, you know, we're cool. And then she's like, she said, Josh is going to come for your ass.
There we go. Yeah, it's true. You better watch out, man.
She said, vendettas too. Me and Josh, I mean.
Yeah. Could happen.
He'd kill me. Listen, bro, I can't wait to do it. You want to let them know what the title is, or should I? What do you think?
You go for it.
It's a beautiful title. I love this title. It's called Divine Tragedy. Don't try to steal it. It's already copywritten, so fuck y'all. Hey, look, we're gonna shoot it here in the coming months, and you know, we'll take the fans through the journey. We'll do that. It's gonna be great. I'm excited to work with you. Anything else you want to say on the film?
I'm just so excited. Obviously, I'm playing Jamie, who is, you know, he likes to drink, so I'm gonna go practice my role, sink a few drinks, and then really just get into zone in. You know what I mean? Yeah. Obviously, only because I want to get into character, so I need to really lock in.
Absolutely.
Fucking lock in. So that's going to be the rest of my day. Maybe a little workout first, but then after that,
get
into character, big time.
Got to get ready. We're coming. All right, that has been another episode of Starving Artist. Rogan, thank you, bro. Thank you so much for hopping on. It's been a pleasure, and we'll catch you guys next week.